What's up, YouTube people? It's your boy Patty McNinja, and I don't know about you, but I've been absolutely obsessed with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I've been playing a ton of this game, but there's a certain thing about it that I think is going to rub a lot of people the wrong way, and that's how much of a struggle it is, I think is the best way to describe it, early on, especially when it comes to money. Like everything, like the real world in this game costs money, and it's very difficult to get money because it's like you have to have money to make money, and it's very frustrating. So I'm going to show you 3 things that you can do early on in this game to make some quick money, and I'm going to start off with the easiest one. It's the one that literally you can do from essentially the very beginning of this game, and it's going to get you at least a decent amount of money to start off, and it's super easy. And actually all 3 of these things are going to be in this general area that we're in right here. So I'll just show you real quick on the map where we're at. This is the first town. I'm not going to butcher the name of it, but if you've played any of this game, you know this town. So this is where we're at. All right, so the first thing that we want to do is we're going to get off our horse here, and we're going to come over to these little beehive things. And honey in this game is a lifesaver, literally and figuratively. So what you want to do is you want to come over to this beehive, and you want to, it's completely free and it's not a crime. You're not stealing anything to take the honey. You want to take all the honey. The reason you want to take this honey is because, first of all, it's super useful because it doesn't spoil like other foods, and it also gives you a lot of energy. Now, not every one of these beehives is going to have actual honey in it, so you just kind of have to check all of them. But more importantly, as far as honey is concerned, does sell for a decent amount, especially early on. Now, if you're a decent way into this game, 10, 20 hours or whatever, you're not going to really need to do the honey thing anymore because you're going to have plenty of other better ways to make money. But when you first start off, this is a literal lifesaver because the food is super easy to take care of, like it doesn't spoil or anything, and it gives you a ton of energy. So it is very useful. And like I said, it's free, so you might as well do it. So normally, if you'd be doing this, you would immediately go straight to the trader and sell this honey. But I'm not going to bother with that step in this video because I don't really need the money. But that would be your next step, is you just go immediately to the nearest trader and sell that honey. Now, I would suggest keeping like 10 to 15 honeys for yourself, especially early on. You're going to take a lot of punishment and you're going to get hungry really quickly, and so it's good to have that honey with you at all times. But again, if you are needing money, it's a good thing to sell. So the next thing that we want to do is we're actually going to steal one of these horses. Now, in order for this trick to work, you will at least have to have unlocked the no man's camp. So you'll have to go over here to the no man's camp, which is way over here. It's actually super useful to come over here as early as possible because you'll unlock this vendor, this black market vendor. And you're also, there's a skill trainer called Tomcat that's actually over here that will teach you a master strike that is super helpful. But that's not this video. I'm not teaching you how to get the master strike in this video, but it is very useful if you want to come over here as quickly as possible. But what we're going to do is we're going to actually steal one of these horses, and then we're going to take it over to this black market guy, and we're going to actually be able to sell the horse to him. Now, stolen horses in this game aren't super useful because once you get off of them and you kind of go about your business, you can't get them back. They'll go back to this field wherever you stole it from. They'll go back to it. So they're not super useful, but early on in the game, before you get pebbles or before you actually purchase your own horse, it's good to go ahead and have one of these horses, at least to get you somewhere that's far away, so you don't have to take forever to get there. But eventually you're just going to get your own horse, and these horses aren't super useful. But before we steal one and sell it, what we want to do is, if you're playing this on console, this is super easy. Eventually you will unlock this save and exit option. And what we want to do is we want to actually save and exit. Obviously it's going to kick you back to the main menu, but it takes like half of a second to do it. Then you just hit continue, and obviously you're going to have this loading screen, but once it kicks you back to the game, it's actually going to take you exactly where you saved. So I've seen some people complain about the save system in this game. I haven't had any issues because I can do that. And now, in case we get caught, we can reload that save, and it's not going to be super cumbersome for us to just get right back to where we started. So what we want to do is we want to come over here and we want to steal one of these horses. Now, what horse you steal does matter a little bit, so you can actually inspect them. The better the horse, the better price you're gonna get. I think there's black one might be worth the most, if I remember correctly. I haven't had to steal one of these horses in a while because I usually just do the third option that I'll show you here in a little bit. It looks like this might be the best horse that he has. I'm actually gonna steal this other one though, just for this tutorial, because it's closer to the exit and I can get out of here real quick and not have to worry about getting caught. So I'm gonna let this guard, it looks like this guard's walking over here. Okay, he's far enough away, so we're good. So you just want to jump on this horse and get the hell out of here as quickly as possible. So we'll just run away, and once you get a decent ways away from there, you can actually just fast travel to the no man's camp. All right, so it's gonna be this guy standing over here by the horses. He's either gonna stand by that wagon or he's gonna be over here to the left. All right, so I actually did have to wait a little bit. I had to skip like an hour because he wasn't sitting right here. Of course, when I'm recording the video is when he doesn't do the thing that he always does. But we'll go over here and hit horse black market, and we can actually sell the horse. Now you can give him money and he'll actually basically make this stolen horse yours, but it does cost money. So obviously if you're doing this video, you don't have money. So we're going to go ahead and sell. Now you can haggle for the price, depends on your charisma and your speech. But this horse is actually worth a decent amount. I will haggle just to show you how to do that. But I'm assuming at this point you've probably already haggled at least a little bit. We'll try 215. Sweet. So he agreed to that. So now we have 215, which is awesome. Especially early on, that's like a fortune in this game when you first start out. All right, so the last thing that we want to do is actually the one that's going to take the most amount of time, but it's fairly easy once you get the hang of it. So we're actually going to still be over here in that same general area that we were in earlier. We're actually going to be at the tailor's place, which is literally right where we were just at with the field. I know it's kind of hard to see because we waited around until nighttime, because this is something that you're going to have to do at nighttime. Now, if you do have mutt, which you might not have if you're doing this fairly early in the game, you will need to tell him to kind of stay here, because if you're trying to break in, he usually does make a lot of noise and stuff like that. So it's best to kind of have him just chill out over here. That way he's not messing around while you're trying to be sneaky. So what you want to do is you actually want to wait until after midnight. That's kind of the time that you are sure that everybody's going to be asleep. Now, you do want to put out your light, obviously. And then I would say go ahead, before you do anything else, go ahead and save your progress, because I'd hate for you to get caught and then have to start this whole process over again. All right, so once you've saved your progress, what you want to do, the first thing that you want to do is you want to come over here and you want to change your outfit. Now, depending on how far you've advanced in the game, you might actually have a really good stealth outfit. I have yet to complete the Miller's side quests, so I have yet to get that cool stealth costume, but basically if you just go naked, it's totally fine because you don't want to make too much noise. So what we're going to do is we're going to crouch. Now we actually want to steal stuff out of here, but if you notice, the lockpick is considered hard, but the door over here is easy. It's actually very easy. So I'm going to show you how to lockpick real quick. So lockpicking is not super difficult. You're going to basically move this little dot right here until it gets big and gold. So you'll notice you're getting closer when the dot gets a little bit bigger, and then when it turns gold, you know you're good. And you actually hit the left trigger to move it, and you kind of just want to keep that dot in that same general area. It's not super difficult, and again, as you saw, at least with the very easy lock picks, you don't have to be 100% correct. And then you just want to go ahead and close the door. That way, in case a guard walks by, they're not suspicious that the door's open. Now, if you want to be super cheeky, you can go ahead and save it again. That way, in case you do get caught while you're pickpocketing somebody here in a little bit, you can do that. But I wouldn't spam it too hard, just because it's kind of, I don't know, it takes the fun out of it, at least for me. All right, so we're going to do the same thing on this door. Again, you'll know you're getting close when the dot's getting a little bit bigger. I'm going a little bit faster on that one. So that one, I was surprised it actually even worked. I went a little too quick. Now there's 3 places the guy could be. Is sitting over here on this little tiny bench, which is weird that he lets his hired hand sleep on this little bench, but whatever. Not a super great boss there, but he'll actually be over here in this bed. Again, if you want to be super cheeky, you can go ahead and save right here, but we're going to pickpocket him. So what you want to do is you want to, if you notice, the rob is A and you have to hold it. And when you're holding it, and I'm going to show you here in a second, I'm just going to kind of explain it because it goes by pretty quickly, is you want to hold it, and the bigger the number, the more time you're going to have to pickpocket before he's going to wake up. So when you hit the rob, you want to hold it until it goes bright red. So the more time that you can wait, the better time it's going to be for you. So you want to go, and anything that has a question mark is where something that you can steal. Now, see, I saw the keys, I hit it. Now I want to go back to the door. If you don't go back to the door before that time runs out, you're gonna wake him up. So these keys should be, yeah. So now that we got the master key, we can actually unlock his chest right here. So we're gonna lock and open. Now you could take stuff out of here. I usually just take the money out of here, which is only about 25, which I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but we're going to get more here in a little bit. Now you can steal some of this stuff in here. If you notice, some of it's worth a decent amount, but the stuff that we're going to steal here in a little bit is worth way more. So I would just go ahead and skip it, because you can only carry so much with you. So you might as well steal the stuff that's worth the most. So again, we want to close all the doors behind us because we don't want anybody to see open doors, because that makes them very suspicious. So we can actually go over here. Since we have the master key, we can just go ahead and open. Again, you want to check this chest over here. There's not anything in here. I've robbed him several times, so I don't know if that stuff gets replenished very often. Again, we're not super concerned with this stuff. It's actually going to be this stuff over at his shop that we're going to actually want. So we'll go back over here. Hopefully there's not a guard. There isn't. I typically don't see too many guards actually walk through here, so you should be good. And now that we have the key, we're just going to unlock and open, so we don't have to do the super hard lock pick. All right, so the first thing that you want to do is not jump like an idiot. I hit the wrong button. Is you want to grab these bags. These are worth a lot of money. There should be yeah, there's another bag over here. Then you can go over here and you can rob this chest right here. Again, I don't usually worry about the clothes. It's just the satin that I want. And then same thing with this. You want to get the money. And then basically whatever you want to steal. Now there is some really good high charisma clothes in here that you could steal and then just use. That's actually how I got my like high charisma outfit that I wear. But if you're just doing this for the money, obviously just steal the thing that's worth the most money. So once you've stolen everything that you want to steal, you can go ahead and leave. The biggest thing that you want to avoid though is you don't want to put anything on that you've just stolen. You do want to switch back out of being naked, because that's going to make people very suspicious of you. And then I actually have a place over by the blacksmith that I'm going to fast travel to. You want to get out of here as quickly as possible because you don't want any of the guards to stop you. I have had them stop me and search me. Luckily, I didn't have anything stolen on me at that moment when I did get searched, but you do kind of want to get out of the way from the scene of the crime as quickly as possible. Now, you do not want to wear anything that you just stole, and you also don't want to transfer anything that you stolen to your horse. What you want to do is hopefully you have this same like little tiny apartment thing that you can go to. And what's really good about this is you actually have your own chest, and you can actually go ahead and move stuff that you just stole into this chest. Now, if you notice, there's that little red, it looks like a little red hand. That means it's stolen. So if you try to sell this to somebody, they'd be like, I'm not buying that, it's stolen. However, you can wait a few days and that little stolen icon will go off. And then at that point, you can actually sell it. So you want to make sure that you move everything from your person that's stolen to your chest. Now, unfortunately, I wish that this wasn't like this, but it won't show you stuff that's stolen in your chest. So you don't really know when that stolen status has left. You have to transfer it back to your person, and then if it's still showing stolen, then you can transfer it back. I usually just wait 2 or 3 days. Once you've kind of done this a few times, you don't really need that much money. So I basically just throw it in my chest, and then I kind of go about my business. And then whenever I need money, I can always come back here and sell some of this stuff. So hopefully all of these techniques helped you, especially if very early on the honey thing is probably your best bet, and then stealing the horses and so on and so forth. So hopefully this helped you get money and kind of made your early game with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 a lot easier than it was for me. So if you enjoyed this video, definitely consider smashing that like button, as the kids say. Consider subscribing, and if you do subscribe, ding that bell. That way you're notified every time I post another video. I try to post weekly gaming related content. I don't do a ton of these tutorials, but when there's a game like this that I'm absolutely obsessed with, occasionally I will throw something out like this. So if that sounds good to you, definitely consider subscribing and dinging that bell. I will be putting out my Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 first impressions here in a couple of days, so definitely be on the lookout for that. But until next video, take it easy. What's up, YouTube people? It's your boy Patty McNinja, and this is my boy Yoshi, aka Kitty Boy, and we were just talking, and we agree that since you made it this far in the video, you might as well subscribe. You wouldn't want to disappoint Kitty Boy, would you?